The Discord screen share is pretty good until you start streaming.
Well, that kind of makes sense, I would guess,
The
because
Discord
streaming
screen
takes a
share is pretty
lot.
good until you start streaming.
Well, that kind
And
of
so
makes
far it hasn't degraded yet.
sense.
Let's now bring up the stream.
Yee.
Twitch.tv/Anya the Nerd. Mute it so I don't get an echo.
Yee. Gonna send all the notifications. Doop. I'm starting to think maybe I just need to go back to just using my headphone mic. Because I just have no idea how to use this properly.
I've been thinking about getting a freestanding mic, but all the good ones are too expensive for me.
I love how Doom just sometimes is just sitting in Sushi's Gotta mics, just sitting there.
Oh, so he is.
Yep. Every once in a
Hello,
while.
Doom. We see you.
Yeah, we see you. I think the reason he does it is to try and, like, save, like... Because right now, Sushi's Discord has been kind of, like, dead these days. Oh, but there's Emmerich.
He's got company.
He's got company now. Why are they both muted? What I really love is that Emmerich was unmuted for like a second, and then he just muted himself again. And now he's live. What are they doing? There
might be
wasn't
doing
any
movie night.
Yeah, but there hasn't been a single thing and got a mic. What?
It's like this weird silent monk thingy for the Discord era.
Also, hi Azure, hello. Welcome, welcome.
Who's
Hello.
dead what?
Huh?
Oh, they're watching Clue.
They're
gonna
watch Clue. Well, here's the thing. I have like a love-hate relationship with Clue because Clue was one of the like significant things for me when I was like a child, like one of the like titular movies of my childhood, because my family, we used to watch it all the time, and I think it has some really cool aspects to it, like the multiple endings, how they would play only one ending per like theatrical showing. Like a lot of the humor is really funny and whatnot, but it's also hasn't aged well at all. Like there's the joke that's made that's really not good.
Yeah, it's pretty cringy.
Yeah, like the whole thing with Mr. Green where he like says that his big secret is that he's gay, and like the way all the other people like react to it, and kind of the stereotypes that he like portrays throughout the film, and then how at the end of the film he's like, I'm gonna go back to my wife, like, because that's the joke, was that he was not gay in the first place and it was all an act and whatnot. I was like,
Yeah. It was pretty cringy.
Yeah. Also, hi Ralph, hello.
Ralph, is this the first time you've caught the stream this early?
We always
do this a lot.
Yeah, we do this a lot. The start of streams a lot of time is what? Oh, okay.
It's just automod.
I got confused because I've never seen that happen before. Wait, but why would AutoMud block that?
You know, Pookie's automod once blocked my attempts to do a cheer with the Pride cheer.
Oof.
All the other cheers it would take, but it was like when I tried to use the Pride cheer, it was like, so hey, we're gonna block this. Like, your bits will still go through, but it won't show the like little flags. And I was like, what the hell, automod?
That's actually really cursed.
And we were all like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's
So
actually not good. It seems
her
like
Automod has
Automud
required a lot of teaching.
seems like Automud's a little homophobic, it seems. Big oof. But yeah. Which kind of goes with what we were just talking about with Clue. Everything
Yeah.
comes together.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can't really get upset at Clue. It's A, from a different era, and B, honestly, I kind of like a lot of the woke stuff annoys me with how
Yeah.
pious it's become.
Yeah.
But it is, like, that whole bit is very cringy.
Yeah.
It's just like, eh.
I mean, I still like that movie. There's no doubt about it. I just, whenever I talk about that movie, I always feel the need to point out that aspect of it. It's kind of like, it's the idea of like being able to critically watch things and like critically like look and understand things while still being able to enjoy things. You know? Like pointing out that
And
yes, this is kind of problematic, but you can still have fun with it.
and let's be honest, 95% of the Clue movie is Tim Curry.
Yeah, basically. I just
Everyone else is just there for Tim Curry to play off of.
yeah, basically. I love that movie. Honestly, I wish I was there to watch with everyone else, but sadly, we got our podcast to do.
They always do this. They have their game nights and their movie nights on podcast night.
Yeah, and it's because the thing was, it wasn't a problem before when it was just. I think it was just movie nights.
Hey Anna, thanks for the bits.
Oh, Anna, thank you for the 100 biddies. Oh wait, I forgot that my thing isn't showing up. I'm also not playing any music in the background because I'm too busy looking at Sushi's Discord and talking about it.
Gossiping about Sushi Cord.
Heck yeah! Hello, everyone. Hello. But yeah, thank you, Anna, for the 100 biddies. Thank you, thank you. I actually didn't notice if it actually showed up on the screen. That's a problem. I always feel the need to check because sometimes it doesn't work properly at first. But yeah, hey. Oh no, you caught the stomach flu. That's awful. It's awful. I hate that. I hate when something like that happens.
Sorry to hear.
Oh boy. I would say the worst time I ever got a stomach illness was like when I was abroad in London for like a couple weeks. And I ended up getting traveler's flu, which is like this thing that like happens a lot where like when you travel to a new place and eat the food from the new place, you get like sick to the stomach because of like the new stuff has like new bacteria and whatnot that your body isn't used to. And I got really sick towards the end of the trip. It wasn't great. But then I was fine. But yeah, it can be a hassle. That's just how I feel when Anya's BMing me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I can't believe, because at first I think it was game nights they had at first on Sushi Discord, and that was like every other week. So it's like 1 week they would be doing it, but then the next week they wouldn't. And then they added movie nights too, so now it's literally every single time we're doing the podcast, they're just doing some other stuff in there. Where's Lulu, by the way? Lulu will be here. I don't know how far into it, but she says she was busy with something and to start without her, so she might not be here for a little bit, but she should be coming in at some point.
A mysterious busyness.
A mysterious business. Boop-a-doo.
Take your bets now. Extra points if they're really lewd.
Oh my gosh.
Lulu wouldn't want it any other way.
Yep. Lulu has not abandoned us. I am.
Hello, Vigogs.
Oh, hi, Vigogs. Hello. Welcome,
Or
welcome.
Six Gogs. Big brain interpretations.
Big brain interpretations. Oh boy. But yeah, just to let you know, I will say that the N64 emulator
Emulation is rough.
yeah. It basically sometimes there's times where I mean for so far every single game I've tried has worked, but there has been once where it literally crashed. Also, Azure! Thank you for the subscription! Thank you, thank you! I'm in Mima's car! Oh, and Bashor, thank you for the host! Thank you, thank you! Thank you!
Thanks for the host, Bjorn.
Awesome. Also, I have to say that I played like 15 minutes of the game we played today and I sucked at it.
Oh no. At least it's not a platformer.
Yeah, I had a really rough time with it. So, and plus like I thought that it wasn't working at first. Because I was trying to like do stuff with it and it wouldn't let me. And then I found out that my emulator just didn't do the analog stick. And that's why it wasn't working. So I had to implement that in order to get the game to work. Being bad makes for good stream content. I mean, that's literally my whole channel in a nutshell. Right there. That one line.
What?
Wait, what, Barry?
Okay. I saw the exclamation point wisdom berry, and I got concerned that my normal command had been reworked. I was like, wait, is it not going to play it?
That would have been cursed.
Have we decided that we've had enough of the no exclamation point meta for people's names and commands?
Never. Not on this channel. Never ever. Never ever ever. Never ever. But yeah, the other day I saw, not the other day, yesterday, I saw Doom just sitting in the voice call by himself on Sushi server, and I was just like, why is Doom just sitting there by himself? I should invite him over to my server so he can join us in watching the Paper Mario Thousand Door whatever, like
Paper
Google
Mario.
translated whatever we watched.
The 1,000-year door.
Now I forgot the Y command. It's just Y without the exclamation point. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
Why is it not working?
it was a funny meme, but it did get kind of spammy from time to time.
Yeah. Maybe somebody took it down because they were like, enough is enough. It wasn't me though, because I'm too lazy to do that.
Enough with the fleshlights already.
Big oof. Oh, Anna, thank you for the host. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. love each and every one of you. You're all great. I'm looking at this gameplay, and I'm already, like, scared out of my mind. Oh, boy.
I remember I played the hell out of this game, and I loved it. It was, like, almost open worldish in a way, because you had, like, free modes where you could just, like, cruise around
Yeah.
the maps.
Oh, I know you guys can't see the game, by the way. I always just play the game in the background for, like, background music at the start. As everyone who's been behind the scenes knows by having to watch the same opening thing, like, 200 times at the start of a stream.
All right.
Yeah, we still pre-podcast meta. Just stream the screen for 5 hours.
Where we just describe the game as it's happening.
Yeah, instead of showing you guys, even though I could clearly do it. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, I actually remembered this character's name suddenly.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, wow. This is Ibis.
But yeah, out of the 3 that you sent me, the only one that I actually enjoyed playing was Cruisin' USA, and that was it.
Oh no!
Because this one, like, I was just failing miserably. It took me, like, ages just to get past, like, the tutorial level. And then, the other one, I forgot what it's called, like, was giving me some extreme mind flooding.
Blastcore?
Yeah, Blastcore. It was like... I was like, what is going on the screen? If I make a really bad emote, will you put it in the Discord server? Sure. Sure, Azure. I'll do it. I'm sure it'll be more interesting than anything that actually happens. Wow, Lulu with the BMs without actually being in the call.
Although, for one context bit, for all these older games, this is a time where, like, you spent $50 on a game, like, minimum. And this is in, like, 90s dollars.
Yeah.
So, like, you would probably be paying, like, $80 to $90 for this kind of stuff today if, you know, the prices hadn't, hey, Lulu,
Say that to my face, mate.
remained relatively static. So, like, you got a game, you, like, played that game until you got good at it.
Yeah. Makes sense, because you don't really have as much of a choice, really. Which is probably why it's more insane. Like, games are more insane. Oh yeah, good night, Ralph. Have a good rest. Bye-bye. I love you, Ralph.
See you in half an hour.
See you in half an hour. Also, Vigog says, what would be the hardest game to describe without showing the visuals?
I would say anything fast-paced, like a shooter, because stuff just happens so fast, you're like, you just can't keep up.
Or like a Sonic game, maybe. Where it's like, oh, now we're in the air. Oh, no, now we're underwater. Oh, no, now we're in upside down. Oh, shoot. I'm dead.
Like, if you were actually trying to describe everything that's happening.
Yeah. Jammer Lammy. I don't think I've heard of that game. Have you guys?
I have not.
Wait, Lulu, you have?
Yeah.
What, this looks like a descendant to Parappa?
Yeah. It is.
Ah, I see.
Or like, kind of a sequel. Yeah, like Peacock said.
Also, when are you folks just going to admit this is a talk show and not a game show? I mean, it's a podcast. Podcasts are talk shows.
We never said this was a. We never said this was a game show.
Wheel
Real.
of video games. What crap is Anya going to have to play this week? Spin the wheel.
Oh boy.
It's landed on Pilot Wings 64. Don't you call this game garbage, Azure? It's a good game.
We're
It's
about to
well-received
see.
in its time. Yes, it has aged. I know.
Azure calls everything garbage.
Yee. Anyway, so we're all here! Yay! We have all arrived!
Yay.
The whole gang's here! The 3 nerds in their entirety.
I feel like it's a little early for that, Azure. We haven't actually started the game yet.
Oh boy. Ooh boy. But yeah. How have you been doing, Lulu?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Ooh. I hope you feel better. Sending all the good vibes your way. All the good vibes and love. Well, I mean, I guess the best medicine is to see me absolutely fail at video games.
Yeah.
Or to get some good vibes. I've heard good things about this Jimmy Jane thing.
Hmm?
They're a company that makes vibrators.
Mmm.
Hence the good vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that landed like a fucking whale. That landed like a plane that's had both wings torn out and its engine blown off.
Big oof.
I'm a humorist, people. Oh god, humorist. That sounds like... that sounds like the lamest comedian on earth. Yes, I'm a humorist.
Oh god.
It sounds like a name by a person that is an X-ray specialist, and their form of humor is literally talking about the humorous, because it's humorous. I don't know.
Yeah. The
Okay,
finest
so
bone in the body.
You
let's
see how funny it is.
oh boy. Oh boy, off to a good start.
Girl named Olivia.
We're already off to a good start. Which will only continue to get even better once I finally start playing this game and die.
Yeah.
Well,
You cannot
anyways.
die in this game. This game does not have death.
Ooh, that's actually pretty scary.
But
Also,
it'll die
look at
soon,
this
and
lady-
you want to play it. What?
Which lady?
There was a... I can't show it now because it already went past the screen. I was about to point something out that I thought was kind of funny. But anyways, let's get started, shall we? Ending the
There are
pre-show
my
at
notes.
25 minutes. Heck yeah. Yeah, hello everyone. It is me, Anya the Nerd, with her co-hosts.
Princess Lulu 1989 and
The spookiest berry!
And we're here for episode 15 of the Three Nerds and One Forgotten Game podcast. It's crazy how many episodes it has been. Every week I'm just like, oh my gosh. The story continues. But anyways, this week is Barry's week. And Barry has picked an N64 game called Pilot Wings. And yeah, that's basically, I played like 15 minutes of it and I failed, but that's basically all I know about this game. So take it away, Barry.
So Pilot Wings is a series of games with, I guess, 3 entries, but, you know, a series is a series that has mostly served as launch titles for 2 Nintendo consoles and one of their handhelds, the 3DS. The original one was just developed by Nintendo's itself, the Entertainment and... Oh no, the Entertainment Analysis and Development Division, which for quite some time was the largest department in Nintendo. But they got restructured after the death of Satoru Iwata and were merged with another division to form Entertainment and Planning and Development. They're kind of the general, like, in-house dev team for Nintendo. They've worked on all sorts of stuff. And they've largely kind of been, like, tech demos as launch titles. Why am I so close to the mic? Because my mic is very close to my face. It's a headset mic. How about now? Is that good?
I mean, it sounded fine to me.
yeah, it sounds fine to me already, so
Oh, alright.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
You
it's
threw me
me.
off, Azure.
I'm like right next to the
Threw me
mic.
off. This is the Pilot Wings on the Super Nintendo. Was, you know, in many ways there to showcase the Mode 7 technology, which was, sort of allowed them to skew and stretch and rotate the background layer to kind of create a fake 3D base without actually real 3D. It had a bunch of limitations though, but this is not Pilot Wings, this is Pilot Wings 64, which was actually co-developed with an American visual technology group, Paradigm Simulation. It was one of 3 launch titles for the N64 in Japan, 2 in the US, alongside Mario 64 and in Japan, Saikyo Habu Shogi, which was a virtual board game featuring a current shogi champion, Yoshiharu Habu. That one apparently flopped pretty bad. But Paradigm wound up being selected for the project because they were familiar with Silicon Graphics workstations. Silicon Graphics being the N64 development group. So it was like the cutting edge technology at the time. Yes, folks, once upon a time, this was cutting edge tech. So they worked directly with the team there, and they mostly handled the technological side, while Nintendo did all the, you know, like game design and what have you. Paradigm was originally a maker of much more realistic, like, military training sims, and they also did graphics software. They had contracts with, like, the U.S. Department of Defense, NASA, Boeing, etc., and they were big advocates for 3D graphics tech.
Oh, yeah.
And having co-developed a game called Hornet with Magic Edge Inc., an entertainment group, it was a kind of like more realistic flight sim, but it was still like, you know, like a public game instead of private training software. And this caught Nintendo's attention, so they were brought on for Pilot Wings, which wound up being a success. So Paradigm got spun off into an entertainment division, while the simulation division merged with a company called Multigen Inc., and which was then acquired by Computer Associates International, and eventually has become part of a group called Presagis, which is around today. Unlike Paradigm Entertainment, which didn't really last too well, they wound up with a lawsuit over a game called Harrier 2001, alleging breach of contract by their business partner, alleging that they had failed to provide agreed upon design materials and had not paid for the development costs of the game. I tried to find the result of this suit, but everything failed me. So the links in Wikipedia are all broken, and Google turned up not from it. I guess it was long enough ago that it's not really in the general internet consciousness. So ultimately, Paradigm was acquired in 2000 by Infogrames, passed on to THQ in 2006, and sank in 2008. So, from what I could tell, they were mostly more of a tech studio, with partners and parents handling the game design. So, it might not entirely be their fault that they sank. There's only so much you can do with a shit design document. But for Pilot Wings, Pilot Wings 64 was kind of like its predecessor, a bit of a tech demo. I maintain it's a good game, and it's an enjoyable game in its own right. I had a lot of fun just flying around in the free modes, but it was largely made to kind of showcase a lot of the Nintendo 64's graphical capabilities. You know, things like MIP mapping are relatively new at this era. And it kind of did some tricks that we still see today, like scaling of distant objects, making them more detailed as they come in, replacing them with different textures and what have you. So, it was launched in '96 with the N64. In Japan, it sold about one game for every 10 consoles, and in the US, it sold one game for every 4 consoles. By 1998, it had sold over 1 million copies worldwide, which, for the era, pretty good. You know, this is the era where The Sims 1 was the bestseller for... Myst was the bestseller at this point. This predates The Sims. It was pretty well reviewed, with quotes such as, "This is the most impressive game ever made. It's one hell of a ride, and an astounding achievement and triumph for Nintendo." But, some Grinches didn't like it, claiming that it's basically just graphics. Screw the game. So, they had several jabs at a sequel that never quite landed. Nintendo's priorities largely laying elsewhere. Again, possibly because it kind of was a bit of a tech demo. But, though they did express, when Paradigm first, floated the idea of a sequel, they did express some interest, but it never took off. And, this lasted until around, I believe, 2010, 2012, when they finally did Pilot Wings Resort. Yeah, 2011. Anywho, that's most for Pilot Wings. One little side note that I learned researching this is that there's a character in this named Robin, and in the Japanese version, her name is Hooter.
Huh.
Yep. All the characters are named after birds.
Makes sense.
So, if you can see the screen, you can guess what character is named Robin.
Well, they can't yet.
Oh, well,
Also...
we can.
Oh, yeah, I can guess too.
Yeah.
Like, why does it look like that? Also, thank you, Azure, for the clip. I'm so glad you clipped that. Also, I ran so far away. I just ran. I ran all night and day. Couldn't get away. Shout out to that song. But yeah, you said the latest one was on the 3DS, right?
I believe so.
That's actually insane.
Yep.
Like, that wasn't that long ago.
Anya, that was like 9 years ago.
That's not that long ago.
It was one of the games that first released with the 3DS as well, so it was an exclusive.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, like Pilot Wings, like I said, has a bit of a history of being like a launch title tech demo.
I mean, I guess it's a good
As a
type of
flight sim.
game. I guess flight sims are a good way to, like, show off graphics.
I mean, is this a forgotten game? Is it not? Like, we're basically kind of bumping up against a point where to find really genuinely forgotten games, well, for one, we're largely going into things that Anya can't run. Like, every game that I've found that truly, like, got all a chat going, oh, I've never heard of that. When we went to try it out, Anya couldn't get it working.
Yeah.
So,
It's
I
a
mean,
struggle.
unless I'm going, like, way back to... Although, then you probably still couldn't get those ancient Apple games running, because... You know, that shit is, you know, no more tuned to modern systems.
Yeah.
You know, some of the hardest to get, like on Windows, if I remember, some of the hardest games to get working, if you like don't have like a patch for that game specifically, are kind of like early 2000s, late 90s 16-bit 3D games, because they just won't run on a 64-bit operating system.
Yeah.
They just won't. You need, like, someone to go in, someone who has access to the source code to recompile it for a 64-bit operating system.
Yep. Also, VGOGs, I already did that. I already did the Pitfall 3D. It was fun at first, and then it got old real fast.
Well, and that's the thing with Pilot Wings, is that Pilot Wings Resort, the one that was on the 3DS, only really existed because it was a spin-off of like a game that had already come out. They made it as a spin-off of Wii Sports Resorts on the Wii.
So, like, for me, like, I think we kind of all have our own criteria for what constitutes a forgotten game. Like, Lulu's criteria is what is going to make Anya suffer the most. And Anya's criteria is, I just want to play something nice after Lulu has made me suffer. Who cares if it's been nominated for an award this year? And my criteria is, what can I get to run that I remember? Or, more specifically, I try to look for games that, like, you might remember, but you're probably not going to think of unprompted.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't bring up Pilot Wings, who here was thinking about Pilot Wings?
Nope.
I didn't know this game existed. So, there's that.
I only would have thought of it as, like, obviously being a 3DS exclusive when it first came out. That's all I would have thought of.
I think, see, you'll try Azure, and then you'll find out that Anya can't run any of them.
Yep.
Like, I have bangers to show you all, but unless we do some sort of stream key split where I run them... Right, Lulu has a PC now too, she could probably get it all working up.
Yeah.
They're not getting played.
Yeah.
I would love to show you guys Creature Shock. That was a legit, like, awful old game that very few people remember.
I'll do my research 6 weeks in advance and have Anya test it. Don't do the research until after I test it. It's never worth it.
You can tell that I kind of phone in my research, huh? Sure. Look, I hated schoolwork when I was in school, okay? Nothing about podcasting has changed that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, and the trouble we've had before is that we do research for a certain game, and then Anya gets busy or something like that, and we find out that we can't play it.
Yeah.
And therefore, the research we've done is just going right out the window because we have to research something else that actually works.
Yeah.
Even though I did know that this game was working on Monday.
Yeah, so Auden has no excuse.
And I offer no excuse, I just didn't want to fucking do it.
I mean, VGOGs, we have done RPG Maker games before on this podcast. We did... Off. We did Off for an episode. And that's an RPG Maker game.
Oh, so stream can see it now. Which one of these characters is Robin, do you guys think? Which one's Robin?
Who's the breast one?
I hate how her breasts look. They look scary to me.
I can't believe your boobs are one polygon.
Yeah, basically.
One huge polygon like Lara Croft.
Again, all over again. But yeah. So you can see this is how the game looks like when it's played by someone who can play the game. And then we're gonna see me play it, and it's gonna be like the opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm just like delaying the inevitable at this point. Like I'm avoiding playing.
Always do.
And the thing is, these games, like, Flight Sim is somewhat loosely applied to them. They're very much like arcade flight sims. Like, they're not quite something like Rogue Squadron, where it's just about, you know, dogfighting. But, like, when you compare it, especially to the stuff the company made previously, which was like military training simulator, it's like press button to go. You know, it's got a much simplified physics. You don't go into a tailspin because you can get yourself into that, but it's much less touchy than an actual flight sim would be. Because I remember I played an actual flight sim when we had an MS-DOS computer, and it was one of the ones that's like, oh, you forgot to pull up your landing gear. Your landing gear has been ripped off. Aren't that lady's boobs okay?
Yeah, the boobs look real scary. I'm just saying.
Okay, y'all can guess who I played as.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one to pick.
Like, I got to the point with this game where I could just... There's a large map, and in free play, I could just play on it for hours with the gyrocopter.
Should I go with the gyro?
Because you can land the gyrocopter, and if you don't stop, it doesn't end. And you can actually refill at gas stations.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a little Easter egg. If you drive past a gas station, it refills the gyrocopter's gas on the America map. It's like a mini version of the US.
Yeah, we have Lark. We have Kiwi. We have
Wink.
Ibis, Goose, Hawk, and Robin. When I played this on my own, I played as Kiwi. Which, by the way, fun fact, I'm allergic to kiwis. Not the bird, the fruit. I've never had the bird.
That would be a surprising allergy to know. It's like, yeah, you know, my friend had a pet kiwi and, like, it was a problem when I went over to visit because I'd just start sneezing.
Who should we play as?
Oh, come on, you know who we should play as.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah. I hate that she's like, oh, yeah.
Wink.
Okay, I already don't remember. What are my controls? Let me check. Okay, so... Okay. Control the vehicle. Fire missiles. Switch viewpoint,
Wow,
move
Alex.
camera's eyes, increase throttle setting, decrease throttle. Okay, so that's A and S. Z is firing missiles. Okay. Okay. Oh, shoot.
Azure, you're a Kiwi person?
And we're going!
Oh,
We have liftoff!
what? I just... please turn around.
It takes a bit of getting used to.
Good thing I'm
Turn
not allergic
around,
then, Azure.
please. Please.
To any. I loved eating kiwi fruit as a kid.
Oh my gosh, turn.
Like, especially if you played on consoles, this was, like, unprecedented. Just, like, flying around this island like this.
What the actual frick? Would you please?
Well, actually, if you weren't just on consoles, and were instead...
On a handheld?
I was thinking, like, actually... in,
Actually, what?
Actually, like, in the real flight scene, like, flight sim scene, I wonder what the, I'm, like, wondering what the kind of, like, graphical experience of flying around would have been like. Yeah, see, like...
No!
Oh wow, this, like... This was a flight sim. My goodness, you have the entire panel in front of you.
Oh my gosh, no!
But yeah, this was certainly far more accessible than the much more complex flight sims of the day. Like I said, oops, you forgot to pull up your landing gear? It's gone. Yeah, that's Pilot Wings. Like, it takes a fair bit of learning. Which is what I was thinking. Which is what I was thinking earlier when I mentioned just how, the, like, nature of, game prices and how many games you might, you know, play over a year kind of affected this. Like, you take the time to learn it when you're young, and this is what you got to play. Whereas now we don't really, you know, now games are not solely the province of kids with an entire summer on their hands. And they're much more available. So a game that, you know, expects you to just spend half an hour learning how to handle the damn gyrocopter is not as appealing. And also, Anya's just bad at games.
Ugh. I think I just suck.
Are you laying on the throttle?
No, I'm not. It
Oh,
just
okay.
does it on its own. I have to physically make it stop to get it to stop rising. Now, when you're a little baby, you gotta deal with the games on your mom's iPad until you get an actual console.
I mean, okay, Anna, that is somewhat fair. That the most important part of games is enjoying them. Yep. But also, there are goals and expectations involved.
Let's try a different one.
Let's try a different game.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah. You were welcome, but this is the one I did research for. As phoned in as that research was.
And make Autumn do more research in 5 minutes.
I will literally, I mean, like, if you thought that research was phoned in, I will literally just pull up the Wikipedia page and start reading straight off it. I won't even, like, parse it out. I'll just, like, which is mostly what I do. I, like, parse it out to make it more digestible. I'll just straight up just start reading, yeah, so, blah blah blah, a division of blah blah blah, in blah blah blah. Jetpack! If you were wondering about the realism of Pilot Wings, they have a jetpack. That's technology from the mid-90s, right? They also had although I think they called it was a jet belt in the original. This is one of the ones that is shared with the original Pilot Wings. Poop! Gotta poop the balloon. Yeah, I will admit that I did remember that this game was relatively hard. But a big part of it is just like flying around. I remember loving just, you know, you're just cruising around through the skies in your big titty mobile. The jetpack reminds you of playing Duke Nukem: A Time to Kill. Okay. I think that's a very different energy from this game, but part of that, Anna, is what games Anya can actually run are very much largely from an era when games were hard, like just boom. They didn't have like the more modern, accessibility ideas that, maybe, like I said, the people playing this game might not have an entire summer to learn the wonkiness of the physics engine. I've been given, something of like a list of what Anya can play, what Anya can play, and it's like, oh, there's anything from this era that was forgotten is not going to be particularly playable.
A lot of classic forgotten games are going to be difficult. That is why they probably were forgotten, unless they are brought back, because there's the whole niche thing of the whole Dark Souls kind of stuff now. And people wanting to speedrun it, there is games that are literally just forgotten. It doesn't mean that they're bad, it just means that they didn't sell very well at the time.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's like not even entirely that. It is just like literally like, this era was, because we were coming out of the arcades where the player dying constantly and having to put in more quarters was an asset in a game rather than a drawback. So they made their games intentionally really hard. And it took, it took until the aughts, really, I think, for that to even start to die off as a design philosophy.
It still exists, it's just kind of niche now.
Yeah, but like as a niche, I think it makes perfect sense because there is a certain, feeling of accomplishment or enjoyability to beating a game like Dark Souls or whatever. Although, sometimes I think the difficulty of Dark Souls is a bit overrated. It's just, it requires a much different mindset than similar games of its genre. And once you get into that mindset, it's not really any harder than most of its kind of like, peers.
Did you guys see that? I got a silver.
Yeah.
I did. Maybe I don't suck as much as I thought.
Especially since, like, if I recall, Gyrocopter was the easiest, Hang Glider was the hardest, and the Jetpack was somewhere in the middle, at least for me. So you got a silver on, like, the middle one.
Well, I found the Jetpack, like, way easier than the Gyrocopter. I could not control the Gyrocopter at all.
Yeah, although I think you just need to kind of get more used to the Gyrocopter.
Maybe.
And the Jetpack gets much more demanding. And later, like, some of the later, like, Jetpack expectations are just like, you need to navigate a cave.
Snap photo.
Oh yeah, you could like take picture. That was, yeah, I think that was unique to the Hang Glider. Each one has a unique thing, and the Hang Glider is you can take pictures. And I think some of the missions are like take pictures of landmarks, and depending on like the criteria of like what made a good picture or not, you'd get points. So it'd be like, snap a picture of Mount Rushmore, and you need to like line up as you go by to get a good picture of Mount Rushmore. You and Sushi both Azure, but we let Sushi draw, and now Bad Tim exists, and it's too late. You know, it's funny, we all BM Bad Tim, but I actually find it legitimately funny. Hey, nice. That might be first try. Yeah, 89.
Heck yeah, another silver. Yeah, I just
Almost
can't.
gold.
I don't even. The gyrocopter, I can't even do it. I don't know why I find it so hard to use.
It's been so long since I played this game. I'm not sure how useful any tips I could come up with would be. Oh yeah.
Yay!
You hang that glider, girl.
Oh boy. Now I have to do this.
You can do it.
I don't think I can do it. Oh
Well-
boy.
This is the beginner class. This is basically the tutorial. I'm trying. You know, I think they might each. There might be 4 islands. This, like, tutorial island, a crescent island, an ice island, and a replica of the US. But much smaller. Though it is the biggest of all the maps. Hey, there you go. Now you just need to land the damn thing. I mean, it is a very scaled down version of the US, kind of a bit cartoonified. Does she have it, folks? Just approaching at a bit of an angle. Ooh. The tension is in the air. And it's a touchdown! Woo! The crowd goes wild!
Somehow I did it. I don't know how. You need to slow down. Thanks, David. Wait,
Well-
nope, you're good.
So one of the
boy.
important things to judge on that one is line up going straight down it because they care about the accuracy.
Whatever.
But you got it.
Yay, somehow I did it.
Yeah.
This one isn't that bad. Come on.
That was only beginner class, though.
Yeah, now we got Class A.
Let's start with hang glider again.
And now we should be... Yep, we're on Winter
Everfrost.
Island.
2 tests. The last one was just 1 test.
I feel like compared to a lot of the platformers we play, we're making good progress.
Take a photo of the flame coming from the oil plant's smokestack. Then land at the landing point. Okay, Z is snap photo. Okay.
Well, this isn't the U.S. This is Stiff Nips Island. I hope she's. I hope she's packed. I'm pretty sure she's in like a tank top though. Must be freezing. And like even in the more warm, temperate climates at at high altitudes with the wind. This shit. Oof. Yeah, right here. We're on Svalbard. The adrenaline of photography keeps her warm. See, you're getting it.
I don't understand where the landing point is.
I believe it is the red dot on your radar.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't see it. Am I supposed to go over here? I think I'm gonna drown before I make it. I probably was supposed to take the long way around.
You can always pull up a little bit. I think to like. Get a little extra. You don't want to go too slowly. Or oh no! Sploosh. Sploosh.
I don't understand what it wants me to do.
Ooh.
I don't understand.
1 out of 60 for the photo too.
Oh boy, physics were happening, I think, maybe. No, but I don't know where it wants me to go.
I'm not sure if it expects you to take 6 photos. If it just wants a much, like, more center panel photo than that.
I don't know. What the frick?
Yeah, like, if you pull up too much, you will slow down and, crash. You need to keep, like, a medium. You're not propelled, you're gravity-driven. And air currents to gain altitude. There you can see on the right, that's your landing bit. Yeah, which is fun. I think it's kind of funny that a game like this, I mean, every game has walkthrough. But I find it kind of funny because, like, if I remember, Pilot Wings doesn't really, like, need any guidance on what to do. It's just kind of developing the familiarity with the controls and the handling to actually do it. And I suppose there's a bit sort of like which thermal to go to. Do you circle the thermal until you're at max altitude or just cruise through it? But I don't know. Pilot we've got the soundtrack going. Smooth jazz, smooth noise. Boop boop ba doop boop boop.
There's a soundtrack?
Yeah, I literally just like turned on the stream for a second to listen to it. Some people slammed this game for its soundtrack.
Why?
You know, it's one of those, like, I don't know. Since it's not since there's nothing technically wrong for it, it feels very much like a reviewer not being able to separate personal taste from their professional critique. You know, just like it's like saying, well, this game has a jazz soundtrack, so it's bad. Like, well, you just don't like jazz. Like, and you know, it's fair, you don't like jazz, but unless it's like, this game has a jazz soundtrack that's like, while it's trying to be a frenetic arena shooter and it doesn't fit, I feel like the soundtrack for this fits perfectly fine. It's not grating on the ears. And honestly, I mean, I guess maybe the times have changed, but corporate's in, man. Ironic corporate, but Vaporwave is all the rage. We're going for a river run and a hang glider. Into the cave! Uh-oh!
I don't understand where the dropout point
What
is.
did you draw, Roger?
I don't understand
Don't-
where it is.
I wanna do.
You can see it when from the takeoff.
No, where?
It's next to the flame.
Is it?
It's really close. Yeah, it's the red dot on the radar. It's the little, like, circles.
Hmm. I thought that I had to go around or something.
I mean, getting an optimal approach to it, I don't know, but it's right there by the flame. Like, if you swing right towards the flame, you can see it. Oh, wait, which flame are you supposed to be getting a photo of?
The one to the right of me at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's the green. I see, yeah,
Yeah.
it's got the green objective point by it. You see it there on the ground?
I don't understand what photo it wants.
It wants a picture of the flame coming out of the stack.
Yeah, and I took a picture. Oh, shoot. Can you please turn? Wow.
So I'm going to guess it wants something relatively center frame.
But
And
I have
fairly
been
close.
getting... Okay.
And she looks like a caught bug. Oh my god. The picture of her just like twitching on the hang glider. Yeah, we need to add some like weird distortion to it too. Some guy singing in and out of
I literally was right there. Also, I'm now gonna die.
whoosh. Turned all black. Oh no. Ah.
Oh my gosh! This is annoying.
Poor Robin. It's just like, she's like a cricket
Oh my
who's
gosh.
like.
Wait, these 6 pilots have their own skills. Is your pilot selection appropriate for each test?
I don't know what the different, I'm going to guess that it's a weight thing. Let me, look that up. Pilot Wing 64 characters.
Rick, hey.
Oh, hi, Rick. Hello. Welcome, welcome. I suck at this game.
You know, why don't we, since Pilot Wing 64 FAQs, walkthroughs, and guides for Nintendo. Someone somehow managed to make a 192 kilobyte, There are 6 different characters in this game. Their abilities differ from vehicle to vehicle, so check the respective part for each vehicle. What's common for all the vehicles is that the characters are divided into 3 classes: light, middle, and heavy. Alright, so where is the vehicles section? Alright, I should go back to the table of contents for that. Alright, so we're on the hang glider.
I don't understand what it wants for the photo. I really don't.
So basically, you're choosing between whether you want to kind of like gain and keep altitude easier or be more stable horizontally and wiggle for the hang glider. The rocket belt.
Oh my gosh! How do I get out of this view?
Hey there, Rick.
Oh boy.
Owen. Hello, you two.
Hey, Owen.
Rick remembers this from Assassin's Creed 2. As far as VGOGS remembers, large bazongas make you more aerodynamic. Based on a meme they saw of the physics behind Dragon Anime Girls. What were you gonna say, Rick? Share it. You can share it with the class.
Finish that sentence, Rick.
So basically, this walkthrough has basically confirmed what you might expect for the various characters, in that the heavier characters don't control quite as well, but are less affected by wind and stuff, and the lighter characters control easier, but are much more affected by wind gusts and the like. So, we've done the meme. We can change characters if you feel like you're having too much trouble handling her. Since that does seem to be one of the big complaints.
I just don't know what photo it wants for me.
I'll be right back.
I don't... we're already past there on the stream.
I don't understand.
Check photo.
What? I don't
Like,
understand.
When you take the photo, there's a little square with an X in the middle. And that's like the photo targeter. And you should be trying to get the X, or like the target, the plus, over what you're taking a picture of. To try to get it all in frame.
Oh my gosh. Could I would do that if I could see where the thing was before it took a picture.
Can you hold it and then release?
I mean, I can try.
We're getting the thermal. She really should have worn her thermal underwear. Must be freezing. Is that like... I know, like, nothing about actual hang gliders. Do people actually, like, wear that weird, like, bug, tail thing? Or is that just like a kind of like awkward even if it's not required, you should wear it for fun. Hey, you got a good photo that time.
I don't understand. I don't think I got enough points though.
No. You landed harder than they wanted.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is
Kids
definitely
these
not. This is definitely not my kind of game.
Oh well. I just wanted to pick something that wasn't another platformer.
Thank you, Barry.
You always get so upset at all the platformers. Wow, gravity turns you on, Rick? Because it's always dragging me down. could also try switching.
Wow. That time I got 0. I don't understand. I don't get this game.
This does bring back horrible memories of Kid Vigog suffering in GTA San Andreas with the mandatory flight school mission. Yeah, to be fair, I was one of those people who learned how to fly the Dodo in Grand Theft Auto 3 and would cruise around.
That was my problem just with GTA 5. I just hate doing vehicles in any game. I hate it. I'm no good at it. I know that.
I'm losing my mind. I'm actually losing my mind. Oh boy. Oh boy. Azure, why did you tell me?
Azure! Is Azure a fan of horses in game?
Or just because he wanted to.
Mod tyranny!
How could you do this, Azure? You're only supposed to do it when we tell you to.
Maybe if I do the second test well enough.
Okay, that's fair. Horses in games are pretty dope.
Oh wait, I didn't read what I had to do. Oh, I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. Time to die. Well,
No! And there go my nipples again.
well, life is a struggle. Why is it not going down? Go down!
Yep. Look at this snowy, frozen landscape. My nipples are getting hard just thinking about it.
Why do you keep talking about your nipples?
Can you please just go down? Go down! I don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't know what to tell you because it appears you're having a control failure. And it looks like you're holding... It looks like the game thinks, at least, that you're holding on to, like, the...
Okay. No!
Oh no! Ah!
I did that on purpose to get out of here. Okay, what the heck?
It's okay, Rick. I'll get an anatomy model and hit you in the head with it. Or I
Oh
can
my
always
gosh.
introduce you to the anatomy model in Court Party. That will really show you what that is.
life is a struggle. Don't you dare. Oh my god! Ring cleared! So funny.
I want Azure to be my model so I can ban him from my house?
How does that work?
To be not to me. I'm not parsing those sentences.
It's because he put to be in the first place. He was correcting himself.
Oh, I want
Read it
Azure to
correctly
be
the first
my
time.
model so I can ban him from my house.
Oh my.
But why would you want to do that, Rick? Yeah, I can tell you're tired.
Well, too bad, game, because I'm not actually using a control stick.
Maybe
That
that's
might
why.
be part of this.
My gosh!
Let's raise money, guys, so she can get a controller.
Wait, are you using your keyboard?
Yep.
Oh, no wonder this is impossible!
Yeah. This isn't meant for keyboard.
Oh, I keep
So it all
pressing.
makes sense now.
This is literally only been on console.
Yeah, no, like... Yeah, no, this is like... You're just not going to be able to do any of this, I think. I'm like
No,
wondering...
I think it's possible. It's just I'm not good enough at video games to do it.
With only binary inputs?
I'm not even gonna blame it on your skills at that point. In fact,
There's,
you probably
like-
need a controller.
I mean, it really is, because, like, again, this was, very much a tech demo for, the N64. And the
As it was
N64,
for the 3DS, as it was for every
as for the
console
Super
it put it
Nintendo.
on.
Yeah. And one of the big things, the N64, an analog stick. So, making use of the analog is very important for this. And if you only have binary inputs, like, you know, basically every button press is the maximum. Oof. Big oof. Well, now I feel bad for picking this. For some reason, I either never realized or it never quite computed that Anya doesn't have a controller. We should probably take Blast Core off the menu too, because that's going to be a real... That one might not... Again, that one might also not be possible without omnidirectional input.
No, because my problem is not that. It's the fact that every single time I try and go down, it doesn't... I wish
Yes, but
I could
I'm pretty
have
sure
more.
that's part of why every time you try to go down, it doesn't.
No, like... Oh my gosh. I did it again! I did it again. Just kill me. Just kill me. Just kill me. Kill me.
Oops, she did it again. I, don't actually know Britney Spears.
Okay, this time. Using the right control.
You played with Pilot Wings, got lost in the game.
Why?
Oh, baby. Oops, you think I can fly? That I'm sent from above.
Life
I'm
is
not
just-
that proficient.
Hi, Owen. Hello.
You know, part of me was like, kind of like reminiscing about this stuff. Thinking like, I remember how much I really like those games. And now I'm just remembering that I too don't have a controller, so you know what? Never mind.
I don't understand. Why am I going so fast?
Oh, you're diving in a hang glider.
Yeah. The wind is carrying you.
Right, and see, here's where I would say what you need to do is make mild adjustments, but no analog stick. Which is, you know, like, that's where I'm coming from when I say, like, I think this might not be possible with an analog stick. Because, I mean, I guess you can sort of approximate it with taps, but... You know, the kind of, like, slightly tilting the stick to the left is very important in this game. Getting those minor adjustments. Well, this was a fail on my part.
Oh, I'm dying.
Future reference. Future reference. No games that need analogs.
Just keep trying really hard. You can do it. I know. I feel like if I just did it enough times, I could do it. But the question is, do I have the patience for it?
See, like, in many times, Rick, I would, like, agree and give my faith, but... like, this was an N64 game. The idea of not having the analog never considered. Unlike unlike a lot more modern games that at least kind of like think, you know, yes, we made this to have the analog, but it's like, no.
See, like, I try and press down, and sometimes it doesn't go far enough. And then... I hate everything.
Well, we have kept one measure of the theme of the podcast going, and that is we have made Anya miserable.
Yep. I am pretty miserable
Mission
right now.
accomplished.
I'm very much miserable right now.
Oh dear. We're never going to get off Stiff Nips Island. Is it like the keyboard, like the way your mic picks up the keyboard makes you sound so angry.
I am angry. Oh my gosh. Go!
Did that get... Was that... No, that was in Lulu's chat, wasn't it? Oh, no,
Looking for?
it got added here.
Yeah, Azure added it to both of us.
Only 4%. Well, given I chose this game, I guess that makes sense. I'm currently in the bad books.
No, it's not your fault that it's hard not to have the controller for this. You had good intentions, unlike me.
I just wanted to get something that wasn't a super hard platformer. And I remembered this and I was like, you know, I did okay with this game.
Hey,
No, I was actually thinking a bit ago, because everyone always makes fun of the N64 controller's shape. But it occurred to me that the way you hold it, with, you know, the hand on the Z, the analog, and the other hand over there, like, the rest of the controller is almost just to balance it. And also possibility, since the analog stick was kind of a bit of a, like,
Oh my
new
god!
feature, they might have not known if it would take off or not. And so it does kind of function as a controller you can flip over off of the analog stick into the directional buttons. So, that the analog stick wound up taking off, and the directional buttons, like, hardly ever got used. The worst thing about the N64 controller was the analog stick. The rings on top of it were thumb destroyers. I don't recall having any problems with that, but again, it has been absolute ages. And I don't really play, like, consoles anymore, so I might just have not really... I mean, I guess I did experience the PlayStation 2. Square Enix loves making you use the direct. But yeah, that's just me thinking, but I'm like wondering if that's kind of why it's tried. Was A, to kind of balance the weight, and B, you know, in the event that people wanted to make games that were, you know, more classic, they basically had the Super Nintendo controller there on top. It's a Super Nintendo, it's kind of like a Super Nintendo controller with a, like, spike in the middle for the analog. I do kind of remember, although I remember that from the DualShocks too, that my DualShocks have sticky analogs. No, not like that. That's the hand grips, Lulu. The analogs are just sticky from overuse. It's the rest of the controller that,
Oh dear.
You don't use the analog for that. You use the grip. It's just the right shape. Maybe pretty decent size. You know, I actually read an article once about the music game Rez, and it apparently came with like a it was on the Dreamcast, and it apparently came with like a detached rumble pack that didn't really like seem to have a practical use. So the article was talking about this guy who was just playing it, and his girlfriend took the vibrating controller, or the vibrating like extra pack thing, and well, had some fun while her boyfriend was playing the game.
Well, if the boyfriend's not gonna have fun with you,
Which had, but it was like this weird philosophical piece on the tie-in to it, because the vibrating thing did vibrate based on what was happening in the game.
that's true.
And so you have an easier time telling the rhythm. I'm sure it certainly helped her feel the rhythm. Come on, chicken body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Yeah, see, it is. This is the perfect way to bring couples together.
Yeah.
Or he remembers a pillow on some shopping channel with a vibrate function. The funny thing is that you could take the motor out, which had a shape from something else.
Well, time to look up this pillow.
Oh my. Like, they didn't even try. Oh, did we update the,
What? What is
Jamie's-
Steve talking about?
See, the name has been updated to be correct.
I don't understand.
It went over my head. I like... vaguely triangular, maybe?
No, it's been three for
It's
a while.
been 3 for a
Scoops.
while.
It proves how often I've actually been here. This is the 15th episode of the new series that included 3 nerds. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's been quite some time.
Mm.
I'm so close.
Well, occasionally having the 4th nerd in, like last week.
When we played the Adventures of Little Ralph.
Oh, I was hitting the wrong key.
And every Ralph game has to have Ralph in it.
That's the
I'm
new
still a
lore.
little. I'm still a little sad that the dialogue in that game like swung by so fast that we couldn't really ad-lib it. Because that had such the perfect setup for. Clone Wars is slapping so hard right now. nothing else, she's getting some real practice going down.
Oh my gosh.
It's the the Dark Souls of casual flight sims. You know, we should have gotten Pilot Wings on the Super Nintendo too. Then we could have contrasted them. Man. Rick, no. You seem to think I have said that on mistake.
Everything Autumn says is deliberate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's your own fault for having a dirty mind.
You don't hang out here that much, do you?
No, actually.
We might as well change this to two perverts, one word.
Oh, let's be honest. We're
Two perverts.
Yep.
Anya only seems innocent because she's not as worldly as the rest of us. Berry 2. I can't believe I don't have a Berry 2 yet here.
You do a mine.
Wow, Rick really doesn't spend a lot of time here, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't it great to watch the same 5 seconds of gameplay over and 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 over again?
I mean, that's what people do when I was trying to finish Spyro the Dragon 1.
Yep.
Seeing the same thing over and over and over and over.
Where and we were helped through it by Blushy and her uwoos.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
And the anger.
I see people are in a Star Wars mood, apparently. I recently saw the final film.
I haven't seen it because I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
Honestly, neither am I anymore. Like when I was little, I was a huge.
I
And
was
then
never
the
a
prequel,
fan.
like.
Yeah.
I think part of it is probably the era you're born in. You know, like, I was born in, like, the earlier mid-'80s. And, like, Star Wars, like, wasn't that far off being new. And my parents liked it, so... But yeah, I think the prequels really did a number on enjoyment of Star Wars. And so, like, it's not that I have stopped liking the original movies or even many of like the games or properties. Like I really liked Rogue One that have been done with it, but I just don't really consider myself a Star Wars fan anymore. Like hearing, oh, new Star Wars thing doesn't get me excited anymore.
Yeah. I've only
I have
watched.
to.
I've already watched the movies. I haven't really played the games. I haven't watched any of the cartoons or anything like that.
Like, there's still good Star Wars stuff that gets made, and there's still, like, Star Wars stuff I don't like. I have a very... I guess you would say I have a relatively, neutral impression on the new trilogy. I didn't think they were particularly great, but I didn't think they were bad either. I felt they were relatively average movies. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are both very good. I never played the Old Republic MMO, so I can't comment on it. If you like Space Fighter Sims, TIE Fighter's amazing. How can you not like it when Anakin says they're like animals and I slaughtered them like animals? Or, I don't like sand, it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
7 points.
But then, like, I personally loved Rogue One. Rogue One is, like, one of my top Star Wars movies. So... And that's, you know, that's a new movie, relatively, to the rest of Star Wars. Unfortunately, Rick, not quite well enough. Yeah, almost. Alright, so... I'm an old boomer. I'm not up to date with memes. Does Resident Sleeper mean you found it boring?
Yes.
Well, then I'm going to have to disagree with you strongly. But then I like good movies, so... BM. See? Rick gets it.
I never got through to watching Rogue One. I watched the other ones though. I've watched the Solo one and I watched whatever else.
So I have not seen Solo, I will admit.
Yeah, Solo is fun. Like, it just doesn't really take itself seriously, so that makes it better. Honestly.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. In some ways, like, avoiding spoilers, but I felt like, The Rise of Skywalker, that's its name, was very much like... It was just like a standard action movie that felt like it was ticking like a lot of boxes that are just like, oh right, this is a popular camera angle. We need this popular camera angle. We need this scene. We need this. Do. Going down a checklist rather than actually in service of the broader cinematography or plot. And like it just felt like schizophrenically paced almost. But like the action wasn't bad, so like I can't like hate it.
Oh my gosh.
But, like, especially like Rise of Skywalker, I just felt like it kept like pinging back and forth between like scenes so rapidly, and I was just like, ugh. You almost make me long for like Star Trek and like a half an hour shot of a bunch of people at a council table arguing politics.
I love Star Trek. Don't BM Star Trek.
I
Star
do
Trek is
too,
great.
but Star Trek does feature half an hour of a bunch of diplomats sitting at a long council table arguing about politics. It's basically the opposite of high-octane action. I mean, again, like, I am agreeing with, like, Anna and Anya. I like those scenes, but, they are the opposite of high-octane action. Rise of Skywalker, just like, because it literally did everything it could to BM The Last Jedi. Like, they obviously didn't have a plan and just panicked. Like, I can kind of agree with that. On the whole, I didn't really like The Last Jedi that much, but it did have some really interesting ideas in it that I would have liked to see explored more, and they just, threw it away. They could have had some, like, deeper philosophical trend. And more interesting takes, and they were just like, eh. But, like, I felt like The Last Jedi had, like, 3 or 4 moments when I was like, oh, okay, this is the climax, the movie is ending. And then it kept going. And I was like, what? What? Like, what? And the movie just kept going. Hey, 74, is that enough?
Yes. I just
Woo!
hit it.
We did it. We just hit it. We got the bronze. I think Luke was the best part of The Last Jedi. Mark Hamill still got it.
Let's try the rocket again.
Yeah, I love Kylo Ren. Can't change my mind.
I keep forgetting
Wait.
the controls.
That's right. They're not each class. The islands aren't separated by class. They're each vehicle has one class on each island, but like the tiering of them is variable. Because I remembered one of the ice rockets being or one of the ice jetpack levels being incredibly hard. Nah, Azure, she's not going to ban all of you. She's just going to murder Lulu and I. And end the podcast.
Why would she do that to me when you're the this game?
Oh, don't act like you're not the one who picked Texas Ground Zero.
Because I was choosing Forgotten Game. And that is a Forgotten Game.
I will admit that game is more forgotten than Pilot Wing.
Mm-hmm. It's not getting the remake or sequel anytime soon.
Although, to be fair, Pilot Wings might not either. It took them a good 15 years between the last iteration.
Yeah, but
Although,
Texas
going...
Chainsaw isn't... Well, not Texas... Why am I saying Texas Chainsaw? But Ground Zero Texas didn't get anything, so...
Yeah. Although, going by those numbers, we might see a new Pilot Wings on the Switch. We're coming up on 15 years.
Well, maybe on the next console or whatever.
The next Nintendo console, which, going by trends, is going to be a complete dud. Like, Nintendo seems to do well with every other console. So... Well, I wonder how the N64... I always presumed the N64 did well financially, but I have, like... That's just like a presumption from when I was a kid kind of deal. I have no clue how true it is. Best part of all the movies in order: 1, Pod Racing; 2, Sand; 3, Anakin being bad; 4, 5, 6, the whole movies. Finn, Luke, Kylo. You know, I'm not sure if I can disagree with that. Luke was very much the best part of 8. Finn was very much the best part of 7. Oh, you know what? One thing that annoys me... Wait, no, that would be a spoiler. Never mind. But there's a huge, like, thing that annoyed the hell out of me in, number 9, Rise of Skywalker. It just hit me like it would be a spoiler to share it, but ugh. Spoil the movie. No, I'm not going to spoil it.
No spoiling.
Not gonna do it. If anyone is really curious and they've already... they can DM me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, if they haven't seen it, and they don't care if it's spoiled, like, I would not have a problem spoiling it in DMs, but they would have to ask. I'm not just gonna, you know. And I would say, like, I went in with, like, really low expectations, and it was not the train wreck I was fearing. But... you know... I wasn't too impressed. Like... yeah. It wasn't the train wreck I was fearing, but it wasn't like... it didn't change my mind either, I guess you could say. And you guys want me to bring up Discord and bring you guys down. See, the funny thing, Rick, is that from my friends, I found 2 extremes. there were people who either absolutely hated it or people who fell completely in love with it. And there was very little between ground. There were a couple of people who, like, if I separate it out, I can even see that because there's very little about the movie that I feel especially neutral about. It's just, there's a bunch of pretty good stuff and a bunch of absolutely terrible stuff. Like, when I say the movie is kind of average, it is averaged by having a lot of terrible stuff mixed in with some pretty good stuff, as opposed to just being an overall average film. So, anyway, a bunch of people asked for a sports, so Discord. Let me let you folks to boop. No. Oh, there we go. Good, I can move you. I'm like, no, move. Discord share. I'm trying to access names behind you. There it is. Alright.
Wait. I wish I could give up on this game, David, but I can't.
Alright, so
Sure you can. I'll just never let you forget it.
Rick, did you want to hear what I was talking about? Or were you responding to someone else? I just want to make sure before I,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, boom. There. Away they go! Yeah, it's like... It's not that I am upset. It's just that it just seemed like, oh, we're like, ticking a box for a market demographic, and not this has anything of value to do with the story or characters involved. The Three Nerds, One Forgotten Game podcast, where Anya suffers through Pilot Wings while we talk about Star Wars with Chad.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, they made a series of Star Wars games now. Although, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Star Wars games on the Super Nintendo probably do not qualify as forgotten.
Nope.
So, you're spared them, Anya. Because they were really hard. Hollywood. Heavens, no. No. Sorry, Anya. You have to beat Pilot Wings now. No more Phoenix Wright until you do.
If you guys made me do that, I would just quit streaming.
Just be like, nope, no more. I'm done. Sorry. Azure will allow it, just this one. Alright, it's Star Wars time! Suffer! Alright, Anya. Anna, thanks for coming.
Oh, good night, Anna. Thank you,
Love you, too.
for being here.
Good night.
Love
Sleep
you too.
well.
There we go.
Unfortunately, Rick, too many people. Half of the streamers I watch have fallen in love with Dead by Daylight, and it's the only thing that's being streamed anymore.
I hate it.
And I don't hate Dead by Daylight, but it's the only thing they stream anymore.
It's just something I don't want to watch. So I'm just not going to watch it.
Rick loves no one. Escape from Tarkov is pretty hot right now too. I have looked up Escape from Tarkov, and everything I have read about it informs me that it is exactly the kind of game I would hate.
Why would you let me die, game?
Oh my goodness.
Finally, Divas. Hey, Zach. Hello. Welcome, welcome. I suck at this game. I'm being tortured to play it. This is my suffering. Oh my
You
gosh.
can always quit, Anya.
No.
Quickly download the Super Nintendo Pilot Wings to finish off the show.
No, we're doing this.
I
Why
would
is
not
my...
be against that. Though I don't know if it would really be an improvement.
Okay, now where? This way?
I don't think I've heard of Greedfall. Maybe I should consider myself lucky given what chat seems to think about it. 92% of people liked it. Not that that says anything. It had all the potential in the world and it let you down every step of the way.
Oh boy. I'm so sad right now.
Right.
I'm so
I
sad.
don't. Okay. RPG single player character. Fantasy adventure third person. Story rich. Choices matter. Oh. Looking at the tags for it. Of course, the tags in Steam are always so garbage. I have seen many games that literally have, like, just completely fallacious tags applied to them.
Where is?
It was supposed to be a Dragon Age-like game, but it was more like bad Dark Souls. Oof. That's kind of like the thing with Dark Souls, right? If you make a good, like Dark Souls game, it's great. But if you fuck it up, oh, you fuck it up. Like, if
Hey
you don't-
Anya, are you on board for calling Sushi pure when he
Awful.
gets back? Are you guys gonna do that?
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, like some of Zach and like a couple other. I think Doom was there too. I don't remember who all was there, but during one of the voice calls, we talked about the possibility of BMing Sushi by calling him pure when he gets back, and pretending that that's all he's ever been called. Like, when he's like, what about Sushi? We'll be like, what are you talking about? You've always been called pure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Sploosh.
Start calling him Poosh.
You can't. Poosh.
Poos. Poos.
Oh boy.
Of course not, Zach. I do what I want, thank you.
Big sad.
I do what I want.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get what I want. Shoes.
I don't hate fun, I just don't like doing what everybody else is doing. Because I'm a... Yeah, I'm totally not a hipster. Because hipsters become what they hate.
Non-hipsters.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, I saw that when you talked about that on Twitter, Azure.
wait, so that's true.
Yeah, check Sploosh's Twitter. They did a thing where they say like 5 things that
Oh.
nobody knows. Ah, damn, Zach, you're right.
Saying you aren't a hipster in 2020 basically makes you a hipster. I don't know. But it is true that, like, the unpopularity of hipsteritis has led to its proponents no longer copping to it.
When will my suffering end?
Does anyone else hear a printer?
No.
Huh. Or maybe a photocopier?
Autumn, are you okay?
I think so?
Maybe it's your hearing on his computer.
VGOGS does hear noises similar to a printer. So it's not just me.
It's not Elijah.
Yeah, I do not have a auditory line to you.
Where is it? I can't see.
Whew.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, right, I'm Ralphing. I'm like wondering, I'm like, it's right in front of you, what do you mean? Oh, right.
I can't see it. I can't. This game makes me sick. Where is it?
I mean, I won't have any research done, but you can switch to Cruising USA.
No, we only have like 30 minutes left anyways.
Yep.
There isn't
Huh.
really a point.
Cheated.
So gyrocopter time then.
I didn't mean to click on this one. Oh well. Guess I'll die.
They also have extra games. They have.
But it's not unlocked.
Oh, none of them are unlocked?
Nope.
That's sad. So I remember they had Cannonball Shoot. And I don't remember what the unlock requirements were. They had like an infinite flight eagle suit thing. I think they called it Birdman. Pilot Wing 64 Birdman. Images. Yep. They had a bird suit.
Because, as we mentioned at the start of the stream, and throughout the Pilot Wings is usually a thing to test out the capabilities of the console itself, to show off how good it is. That's basically what Pilot Wings is for at this point.
Well, they have sure sold me on this fantastic console.
We've
I would
sold you on the
totally-
fantastic Nintendo 64, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I think of when I think of the Nintendo 64. I think of Pilot Wings. Not Super Mario.
Because we already did that. We a
We
game that
already-
Anya would rather forget now.
Wait. We did Super Mario 64?
No.
I was gonna say, if there's... I might be more upset at that than Gris.
Hmm. On those percentages are low today.
Anyway, Anya, so, when's that S plus hardcore Resident Evil 2 run through coming?
Never. Yeah, we did. V-Dogs, we did. Because I'm just that cool.
We tortured Anya too much. She's like, I have to play something good. I'm going to come up with a bullshit excuse for Gris. And then like 2 weeks later, it wins Indie Game of the Year.
Oh boy, I'm ready to die. Why was Azure all of a sudden not modded or anything?
It just suddenly decided to hide all of Azure's badges for some reason. I don't know why.
That's weird.
Yeah, like I think a big part of why I remember the jetpack being so hard are the time requirements. Like if you take your time and go slowly, it's not all that difficult, but if you're trying to like zip through it to hit the time marks, it becomes ugh. Also, I love how this is like ostensibly flight school, and they have these magic disappearing platforms. Only the wildest. Going to have to, I think, reappraise.
What?
My future picks based on the performance of Pilot Wings. Maybe Blast Core's not such a good idea.
Nope.
Where is it?
But I do think it's like important, like to not totally, like you need to be able to laugh at the badness of the game after, or like, not even the badness because I don't think this is a bad game, but after a certain point, like, it just drains the energy. Anya is loving that. You might not realize. You could pick basically any Master Game Gear game. Nobody remembers those. Except technically the Sonic titles. And even then, they wouldn't really be remembering the Sonic titles so much as the franchise. I had a Game Gear, and it just made me, like, sick to my stomach. Are you okay, VGogs? We don't have video. Are you blinking rapidly right now? Just something in your eye? Oh, okay. Oh, all Rick knows is that Sonic has to go fast. And yet, going fast in Sonic is a great way to land yourself on spikes. He can go fast, but it's usually not a good idea. Until you get to, like, the 3D title. And then, well, Sega has lost it.
I can't get this. I can't get it. I can't get it. I can't get it. I can't get this one. Why can't I get this one? Why?
Hey Zach, welcome to Anya's latest hell.
I want to die.
I thought I was doing a good staying away from a platform this week, and I was wrong. I was so wrong. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Guys, I want to die. Why can't I die?
Because you haven't beaten Pilot Wings yet.
Because you can never seem to do it quietly.
What if you were a ghost and that was your unfinished business?
Yeah.
Was finish Pilot Wings. What about those old Java cell phone games? Oh shoot, Java, that's right! There's this old forgotten Java game called Minecraft, I think. Although, to be like somewhat serious for a second, some of those old like InfDev or like InDev builds of Minecraft might as well be forgotten games. How much that game's changed.
I've done it.
Yeah. Represent. What's Minecraft?
But yeah, see, look, all the extra games are not unlocked.
Oh, I see. I was thinking that it was extra games for the beginners class and then exit the rest of them, but it's, you know.
Nope, they want me to die.
Barry, let me stop you right now. No, absolutely not.
You know what this
No
game
way, no.
is? This is basically not as buggy Superman 64.
Wow. 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 You know what that means? We're going to have to do a comparison.
No!
Take it back!
No. Fine, make me play Superman 64. Maybe I'll even enjoy it.
If you enjoy Superman's...
You never
Lulu
know.
has trained you better than we thought.
No, I know she will.
I enjoy my suffer.
You've turned her into a masochist.
It's your fault I'm like this.
I've always been a masochist, Lulu. That's a fact.
That's true.
Well, now I know why you guys are the OTP.
Yeah. Too real.
Azure has become the arbiter of what can and cannot be played on the podcast. What platform was Beautiful Joe on?
PS2.
And I can't play PS2 games.
Let me check what else.
Alright.
I think it was next.
Well, the question of whether or not
Let's
This game is actually giving me a
it
headache.
had a GameCube release.
Yeah, it was also on GameCube, yeah.
I've actually never tried emulating GameCube games. Maybe I could do it. Oh my
And it
god.
has.
Let's play
it
some
has
Double Dash.
ports. Beautiful Joe has ports as well, so which from the PSP and the
Sure.
DS.
I seem to recall Beautiful Joe is like the Clover game no one remembers.
Oh, I played it. I loved it.
I still haven't forgiven you, Capcom. I've moved on. I've accepted what you did, and I will still play your games, but I have not forgiven you. Do not for a second think, Capcom, that I have forgotten what you did to Clover. Did my boys dirty.
Oh boy.
No Postal.
I just gotta get through 20 more minutes of this, and then I'm finally free. I'll finally be allowed to live in peace and never play this game ever again.
No, I actually liked Breath of Fire too. Maybe that makes me a weirdo. I don't know, but I said it. Doom 3, I mean, from a certain sense, Doom 3 is kind of forgotten, but that has much less to do with people actually forgetting it and much more to do with people just purging a traumatic memory from there. That's not entirely true either. I actually thought Doom 3 was a pretty good game. It just wasn't what anyone wanted. Why do I continue to get higher and higher or shit list? What, for liking Doom 3? Sorry. It was not as bad as people thought it was. Yeah, no, it was it was not a Doom game in the slightest. It was way more survival horror-y. Whereas Doom has always been action. But if you divorce it from the rest of the series, it wasn't bad. Yeah, I don't know, I rented it on the Super Nintendo when I was young. And I liked it. It had some neat ideas.
Guys, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry live on stream.
Expressing your emotions is healthy.
Oh my gosh! Gonna cry.
Also, Breath of Fire 2 had a hot black-winged angel girl in it. And to whatever age me, that was cool. Okay. I like things for highbrow reason. Don't give me a lie detector. Even though those things don't work.
Small brain crying at the end of To the Moon. Galaxy brain crying at Pilot Wayne 64. Oh boy. Oh no, another bot. Why are all these buy followers people coming to my stream now? I don't need it. You think I'm an idiot?
They never come.
I mean, they don't come to my streams, but then I haven't streamed in a couple months. Which I should really fix.
Maybe you just stream at a certain time of day and that's when they're out.
Yeah. And if you guys have read, I've seen them in like all sorts of chats all over the place. Because everyone knows that Twitch streaming makes so much cash
I know, right?
that
Practically getting money out of my ears.
that if you buy followers, you'll like profit from it, right? And it's like,
Not
do you
if your
think?
viewers don't actually view your thing?
I mean, I'm going to have to say probably VGOGs, because like they wouldn't do it. You know, like they wouldn't do it if nobody used
Yeah.
it, right?
Like you wouldn't make video game movies or stuff like that any if people didn't actually buy or look at the product.
Well, to be fair, a great many video game movies were made to fail because of loopholes in, like, say, the
Yes,
German
I
tax
heard.
code.
You bought.
Kind of like what The Producers was about.
Oh my gosh.
But, I'm going to guess that those mostly work more on people who don't stream than people who do. Like someone who just watches and is like, hey, you know, I could buy a bunch of followers to just get affiliate, right? Instead of anyone who, like, actually streams.
Yeah, that's fine, but then it's like you're not gonna succeed very much if you try to get a partner as well.
No, you won't.
Those people that actually be watching instead of just following.
I have to disagree with you again, Azure. I think the Street Fighter movie is better than the Mortal Kombat movie. And you can never dissuade me from that. Raul Julia as Bison is genius. Nothing else can compare. Even the entirety of the Mortal Kombat movie. Like, if it wasn't for Raul Julia, yes, you would be 100% correct. I would not even dare dispute. Exactly, VGOGs!
It's okay, Azure, you have me in on you.
Yeah, that's about right. It's decided. From now on, we are enemies. You and I. Poor Salieri. He didn't actually really do anything, and yet history has BM'd him. He just wasn't as good as Mozart. Someone was like, hey, you know what we'll do? We'll make a drama where he murders Mozart. And now that's what everyone remembers it for.
Ooh, boy.
I read that as you being allergic to your butt.
Oh, I see you've been hanging out in Finn's chat,
Not really.
talking with Buttspot.
No,
Oh my
I just
gosh.
read it as him being allergic to his butt. Bye, David.
Oh, see you
Bye.
later, David.
We'll be wrapping up soon anyway.
Yeah, we're almost
And we're at-
done.
We're at the especially low energy portion here, so...
Oh, I mean, oh no! No! I accidentally save stated at the wrong place.
Oof. Although there's still the, my favorite no is still Evo.
I know.
Do we have that as a command?
No, I don't think we do.
I can swear we did.
I'm gonna do the next test. You have to destroy targets. That's the Z button. Why is this game... It's the way it is.
It was made for the Nintendo 64. As a launch title?
Heck yeah.
What do we like to? Oh, that's the Fleshlights clip. Yeah, I guess we never did, make a command out of that clip.
Probably should have. To DH.
Yeah, so are we gonna watch the Pilot Wings anime?
It's the beta. There was a Pilot Wings anime?
Wait,
I don't know,
what?
I asked about it. I'm gonna look this up, see if there was.
Was I that lax in my research that I did not come across this, or is Azure trolled me?
Probably trolling.
It's probably trolling.
Yeah, there's no mention of anime. Dang.
I feel a little better. I'm like, if I somehow missed it, just commit seppuku on stream. Ugh. I've dishonored the podcast.
What's that? I mean, it would make more sense for it not being forgotten if there was a Pilot Wings anime.
Okay, what are some? I don't want to lose my pee.
Yeah, that's the one. I think.
What?
I can't get this. Okay. Let's go a little bit out of the way and
Why can't I find this clip? Was it not clipped?
No, it was clipped. It most certainly was clipped.
Sorry, unless you've got a time machine, this content is unavailable. Good job, Twitch.
When we watching the Corpse Party anime?
Never.
Wanna.
Oh, found it. There's the link. Dude. Alright.
There was a Beautiful Joe anime.
Wait, no, add com, not add cum.
Either works for you, doesn't it?
There we go. It's a bit long, but I believe it is the clip that has the famous, infamous. Oh, what? I'm not allowed to mod 2 now?
Barry is a mod. Nah, right now though, Barry, you are on the stream, so technically Azure is the one true mod right now.
True. On the Anya suffering hour.
Yeah, Anya suffering
much-
hour.
Much
My
like the
one
Pure
savior.
Sushi comedy hour. Lasts much longer than an hour.
Yeah. Well,
Alright,
think I'm done.
fine. I guess I'll just...
I think I'm done. Oh boy. This was a game. So, what are our thoughts on this game? Pilot Wing 64. What are our thoughts?
I can definitely see why it was a demo for video games.
I still like this game. And I just regret that you played it without an analog stick.
I feel like even if I had an analog stick, this won't work.
I mean, maybe, but being able to do slight turns is incredibly important.
You have a point. You have a point. A very good point.
And, like, tapping... Like, that is the one thing, and it's like... With, like, modern PC ports, you can often kind of get around the binary, arrow keys by using the mouse. Because the arrow keys will move if the arrow keys move relative to the camera, you can kind of simulate... Like, your speed is still going to be binary, but you can simulate the omnidirectional nature of an analog stick.
Yeah.
But for, like, particularly for older games that were never ported to a PC, you know, like, a lot of stealth games just, like, they'll just, do a lazy PC port and they won't put a walk option in, and then you'll be boned because you can either run or be stopped.
Yeah.
And you can't do, like, the slight tilt walk that they have implemented.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Makes sense.
I feel like I'm pretty good at, like, the Batman Arkham games, say, taking a game that everyone's like, oh, you need a controller to play this, and through using the mouse to control the camera can make it through it just fine. But
Yeah.
When that slight tilt is important, you cannot replicate that with a keyboard.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Makes sense. Yeah. I think for the next 2 episodes though, you should still do the 2 games you sent.
I don't know, like, Blast Core is, like, without an analog stick, Blast Core is going to be soft for you. Like, pure
We might as well
suffering.
do it.
Like, like, you thought this was bad. Blast Core on a control pad instead of an analog is... Oh.
But Cruisin' USA though.
That one might be a bit more doable.
I was enjoying playing that, honestly. Blast Corps, I mean, really the biggest thing was I felt like I was being mind flooded the whole time. There was just so much going on the screen at all times that I was like, I don't freaking know. But
I do remember
yeah.
the camera for that game is god awful.
Yeah. Ooh, pepperoni pizza, Vigogs, it's awesome. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. Oh my gosh, it's like 7. Time flies even when you play something like this.
Yeah, time flew for you? Wow.
Oy vey. Not sure if that was a not, but believe it.
Oh, frick! I just noticed
Unintentional pun! Oh, shit!
that was incredible. But yeah, so this was episode 15 of 3 Nerds, One Forgotten Game with your hosts, Anya the Nerd and...
Princess Lulu 989.
Have I not humiliated myself enough? The spookiest berry.
If anyone humiliated themselves, it's always me with these episodes. Oh boy.
How did I not see that pun as I cracked it?
But yeah. So I actually next week it's my episode and I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing for that episode. I had an idea, but I already told Lulu about my feelings about it and my fear of trying to play it, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
Ori
try
and the
it.
Blind Forest sounds like a very game.
No, that is not what it was. It's
Sorry.
not that one.
Not sorry. Not sorry, but sorry.
I love how Azure called you Billy. But
I need
no,
to
not
take the time
Undertale.
and commit to getting back to streaming. I went to all that effort to build up my stream and get affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
And
just
then
like.
you didn't do it again.
Yeah,
I got depressed. Okay.
I think
couldn't
you're a
stop
great
that. I know that
streamer.
feeling right now.
Autumn, I think you're a great streamer. Your commentary is chef's kiss.
You mean it smells like garlic?
Anyways, I think we should raid Jess. Because she's still live as far as I can
Deliver's
tell.
in the middle of a movie night.
Yeah. Why
I
not?
think we should
Let's
raid
go.
Anya the Nerd. She's wait a second.
Wait, they're not still live. Never mind. They just went not live. I don't know who to
Oh.
raid.
She's showing us live on my screen right now.
It wasn't. It's not. I don't
She
see
is
them live.
hosting Sinvicta
Yeah, they're not live
when you go to the
anymore.
channel.
the movie night is over. We missed it. We missed it. Hashtag how terrible. I don't know who to raid. Honestly.
Yeah, there she's gone.
I don't know who to raid. Maybe we just don't raid anyone today. Doesn't Garb usually stream today? Am I?
Yeah, usually.
Mm.
But I think you're streaming earlier, like the last 2 days, so
I
maybe.
see.
Oh, I'm sorry, Could.
Oh no, Cud! Hello, though. Hello. I'm sorry you missed it. I'm not sure. Like, it wasn't really that much of a miss, to be honest, with my gameplay skills.
We were relatively low, and Lulu and I were relatively today.
Yeah. Well, part of it was also because I was dying on the inside playing Pilot
usually
Wings.
that's fun.
Yeah, but usually we're able to mine material.
Yeah.
Well, Vigog's Descents, they think it was an incredible stream. So.
Yeah.
But VGOGS is probably on something right now.
Well, but you know, it's really, why do we come to watch me stream? We come to watch me stream for 2 reasons. 1, to see me fail, and 2, for the shenanigans that always gets pulled. And guess what? Both things happen this stream.
We
So,
come for
really-
2 reasons. 1, to watch you fail. 2, to watch me and Lulu BM you
Yeah.
and you fail.
Yeah.
And 3, because we're really high.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Thank you for being here, Azure. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, thank you
To,
guys all for being here today. I would
Listen to our
raid
bullshit.
ADGQ, but I don't know how I would raid it. Like, what would I type in for the raid?
Well, what channel are they broadcasting on?
Well, but that's the thing, right? It's like,
Literally AGDQ.
so do I just put ADGQ if I want to raid ADGQ?
Unless who are you? Or is it Games Done Quick? Because
Oh,
I think
cancel.
Games Done Quick is hosting it.
Oh, okay. Also, I misspelled it. Look at that. Look at it. Oh boy.
Oh my god, you did.
I misspelled it. So it's just GDQ then? I can't believe I put ADGQ instead of AGDQ.
Just look at what VGOG said.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Because I've just been watching it from the main Twitch page. So that's why I wasn't sure.
You didn't know what channel it was on.
Yeah. I just watch it from the main page, usually. But there we go. Now we got it. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. I love each and every one of you. Goodbye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good time. Flying around in Pilot Wing 64.